Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey y'all, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. This is Ray Ray All Day on YouTube, as you already know because you tuned in. But just in case perhaps this was sent to you or you just don't know, I'm also on IG at All Day Ray Ray. Anywho, did y'all see Dubai? That was interesting. Well, I got my notes, y'all. So I had to write some things down about these folks. It was real interesting. It was real interesting. Now, we got Brooks, Caroline, I call Iman 2.0, Sarah, Nina, Lesa. I believe that's it. Okay. So we start off with Brooks and her cousin, Sean, I think his name is. Now, they've both been in Dubai about the same length of time. So she does have family out there, which is great. She ain't just out there by herself. And she seems like a very resourceful young lady. So, yeah, it's all good. He seems like cool people. They doing business. They doing well for themselves. It's all good. And yes, we come to see Phaedra Parks, who shows up for a visit, taping with the girls on Dubai. She made a friend in Brooks years ago. And so, it's been all good ever since, according to Brooks. And it's been all good ever since, according to Phaedra, because this is what Phaedra is has always made sure people thought of her as. Yes, I think that's a great way to say it. Good luck to Phaedra. Yes. So yeah, they're having lunch, and of course Brooks is like, dang, what's taking so long? Well, CP time, Phaedra. That's what she's known for. Anywho. So yeah, so they're talking about the guys, of course, and getting a feel for things from Brooks, and Phaedra's getting filled in on the extracurriculars that are in the norm versus where she comes from. Now, what was strange in that explanation about cheating, um, Brooks mentioned that it's very expensive to cheat on her, and I can understand that. Hello. Um, but I also remember her saying that she left with nothing, just her kid. So who's she talking about, or what is she? Is she contradicting herself? What's going on? Um, and from then on, they were just, talking about hookups, and Phaedra's looking real thirsty, like she was when the Africans started to not, I don't want to say invade, but started to become real popular in the Atlanta streets. Um, all the different sorts and kinds of African folk was being toyed with and made a storyline on Atlanta years ago. I remember Phaedra kind of drooling over the prospect of, and then thereafter, even after that season, there was always mention of getting a rich African. So I understand, Phaedra has high hopes. Good for her. Child, what else was I put in my notes? I try to read Phaedra. I'm just saying, shoot, if it got money attached, and then did you see her on the what's the girls trip when they at Dorinda's house, and she made a comment about doing anal as long as it. Listen, sex is sex. I get it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But as just allowing another woman to feed her barehanded food and reference, you can put it in my behind as well. I don't know what Phaedra is trying to convey, but it's a little bothersome, uh, that may be a concern. I don't know. I don't know if she's trying too hard or if that's just really her. That's a weird kind of fetish, or I don't know, for her persona to be opulence and, just not behaving so vulgarish. I don't know, it's a little contradicting. However, she's a good time. A good time was had by all. And then she was invited to the a ski slope in the mall. They then converted some space to where folks is skiing, child. Okay. I heard about this years ago when Dubai started to become very popular. They said, yeah, they even have a ski slope in the mall. I said, oh, that sounds like it's fun. But I'm with the bunny slopes. So if they got the little kiddie rides and all that, that's the area I'm going to be in because I've never skied. I mean, hey, I've been on ice skates twice, but that's a whole nother. Anyway, anyway, back to Dubai, child. Listen. So yeah, they got Ski Dubai. Everybody's like, yeah, sounds like a good time. And then they're outside talking. Then a black cat with one eye and big balls come over. I'm like, don't that signify that they being watched by somebody with big balls? Like, don't you think you can run out of here and not pay? Just kidding. But no, it was really weird, for that cat to come over there while they're eating. And anyway, child, the goat gets no love. Child, the goat gets no love. The goat gotta go. Lisa tells her husband and the kids, she's trying to convince the kids, okay, we got one more week with the goat. Remember, he has to go back with his mommy and daddy on the farm. Lisa is a hoot. And the eldest sees her, his mom playing tricks on him about the goat gotta go. And he's like, he wants more time with the goat. He's trying to negotiate, and it's just so cute. It's really cute though, but they'll get over it as with anything else that they can't have. She seems like a a fair and spoiled mom, but it's all good. Um, Let me see what else. So then she started to tell her husband about what had transpired. He thought, it was over, but more of a situation happened at the party. That's where she had to fill him in because, of course, one of her castmates is telling her, like she said then, as a married woman, to suck her husband's dick. Like, excuse me? Hell yeah, I would tell my husband. And this, this bitch just said, because she mad and upset and mad. She gonna sit here. She'll sit here and say, what the heck she said. I wish I know you have to be really classy when you're running an 8 or 10-figure business, per year. Things is keeping the lights on. Sis is helping to keep the lights on. But I really need to see what's his portfolio, because again, she says he runs finance all over the UAE. That's impressive. Is that a billionaire off rip? Because mofos is trillionaires out there. So I'm trying to see, you know, it is a comparison. He has a lot to say, and he can, pretty much shoot down 18 million compared to 1 billion. Shit, we spend 18 billion on such and such per year, so we breaking even with your big. It's all kind of ways to skin that cat. But just curious to know how much her husband is clearing. Interesting. So yeah, she's telling him about the BJ comment, and he's like, "What the?" She's like, "No, I know if you were there, you would have just lost your shit on her." Yeah, that was very inappropriate, Stansberry, or whatever your Mrs. Giorgio, I guess. Anywho, all I know is it was inappropriate, and so she needs to be checked. Checked. For real though. So what else? Yeah, the goat gets no love is going back. That's that on that. So Stansberry invites Iman 2.0 to the house, for some girl time since they made up. They promised to, leave whatever happened back there, and they're moving forward in their colleaguism as well as a possible friendship. And something quite interesting was apparent, but that wasn't till the end. And I'm gonna share that later, which is really funny. I didn't even notice that either until the very end. Anyway, like I said, what's next? Yeah, Stansberry invites Iman 2.0. Now, right before Iman 2.0 shows up, Stansberry's son said, "It's not the one that you don't like." So, she's been talking mucho-ish at the house. I'm sure Iman 2.0 has been talking a little something. Probably the same amount, but at the same time, he busted her out like, yeah, well, that's what women do. They talk shit. Anyway.
Iman 2.0, she kind of offends Stansberry when Stansberry spoke about the type of baby life or mothering and parenting she chose to have. It just sounds like Stansberry don't want to get married. It sounds like Stansberry don't want a baby, but she's doing it for him because he really wants one. I mean, they have surrogates. Well, to each his own, to each his own. But it's just so weird that because of her boarding school life and not being connected to a loving family, she doesn't know what that means. And not to say she's making a wrong decision. It's just, as she expressed herself, she doesn't have that, that whatever it is that would, make her want to keep the baby. And she's not interested in that. I mean, and of course, her age. I think that's the first factor. Shoot, she's 45 now. Well, then she's 46. See, listen. Just because you can don't mean you should. The risk is very high versus, now, of course, the reward is lifetime fulfillment. Nothing can beat that. I get it. But we talking about right here, right now. The risk
for everything involved is just way too high at this age, and you really don't want one. I really don't understand why she's even. Well, anyway, it's a show, and that's what she came to give. Apparently, she was on some other show with Bravo, and now she kind of orchestrated this one. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So anyway, what Stansberry is talking about is more a hire nanny. That's your baby. I'll just be the mother on record. What? That don't sound like the baby should be born in that environment. It doesn't sound. It doesn't sound like it. It's already got stipulations and. I don't know. I don't think they should have a baby if she don't even want to be around as much as she's needed to be. That's strange. Well, like I said, when you hit a certain age, life changes. Child, be quiet. Lesa comes up and Iman is having her 35th or 40th birthday party. So apparently, in order to work in the States, she had to be a certain age for whatever the situation. And so in America, she's 40, but actually she's 35. So that's cool. She got out of there. I mean, as soon as that story about her leaving her village and everybody was up in arms because everybody was expecting what they was expecting. She said it took her mom a long time to come around, but she finally did. OMG, that I couldn't imagine. I mean, wow. So we have Sarah and Nina. So they're both Arab women from different parts of the country. And so, or province, I forget the areas and how they separated them by whatever. So I'll just say areas because I'm not quite sure what type of area they call it. Anyway, so they're from different areas from the country, and it's pretty cool. Sarah's giving Nina a little, at home vibe, the stuff that Nina's missing from home. She hasn't been there in a while. She's been hustling and bustling with her man and the, hustle and bustle of it all. And now they're on TV. So, they just keep hustling, keep hustling. Hopefully, she'll get to see the family she misses. And she's appreciative that Sarah's sharing her family in that way with Nina. It's pretty nice. It's kind of weird how they were thinking back to the old country, right? And so, talking about their mother's ages were 14 and 15 when they got married and having kids and just starting life. It's very, ancient when it comes to Western civilization, but can't fault it at that time. They reference that that's not really happening now. So I guess as, evolution like we did in the Western side of the world, the Eastern hemisphere is, doing things differently too. That's cool, but there are still some things that remain ancient and traditional that won't ever change, and hopefully the necessary changes will happen. Let's just say that. Good, big ups to them. That's a sweet time was had by all, I think. So Iman 2.0 in the mall, and she decided, her feet started hurting, so she just took her shoes off and just having a good old time with all these bags and yada yada yada, looking fabulous. She was a cute little dress going shopping. So then she bumps into Lesa. She's shopping too. They both looking like they looking. Um, so they kind of kiki about. So she meets up with Lesa, and they kind of kiki about Stansberry coming to her birthday party. And it was kind of cute because they're just kikiing and having a good old, bash session. um, I really like their relationship. They're very cute together. I love the respect they have for each other, and they can just laugh and joke and have a good time. Um, it's going to be interesting because, man, the way Lesa came at Stansbury at that ski day situation, she was looking for a moment. Lesa wants to smoke, okay? Brooks wants to smoke by inviting them and stirring up trouble. Child, Brooks and Lesa want to smoke. Um, like I said, just like a housewife, just like a housewife. Brooks stirs the pot, child. Lesa starts with Stanberry and they throwing punches but now something weird happened. Now Stansberry pinches Phaedra's butt. You know, it's seems like she's a spectacle or something. Like, ooh, I got to touch it or I got to feel it. Like it was, well, she can't touch her hair because that's a wig. I just felt like it was a little, inappropriate because that's not what the folks was doing, and it was an obvious curiosity to her butt, and I don't like those jabs and overtones to think that's okay if that's what it was, because it seemed real odd, and the way she had her little fascination with Phaedra. It just, child. I could be totally wrong. It could just be me. And hey, I could be wrong as two left shoes about what I just said. But like I said, that's what I thought it was. Anyway, um, Iman 2.0's birthday dress was all OMG. That dress was so pretty. That whole get up was pretty, beautiful, stunning, all of that. I mean, wait a minute. Okay, Iman shaded Stansbury so tough. Stansbury pointed out that she never got a gift. And I'm like, never got a gift? That's right. Iman, everywhere Iman came, she brought a gift, whether it was a joke or, something of sentiment. Like she gave the goat to her friend Lesa, and then she gave the lemons to Brooks because she was being sour to her, and but when she came to Stansbury's house, she was empty-handed. OMG. And in the confessional, Iman 2.0 was like, I ain't bring nothing to her house. I wish I would bring stuff to her house. Oh, apparently, some more stuff happened because they are at odds, child. She was like, I'm bringing her Nathan. I'm bringing her Nathan. There you go. Anyway, back to Iman's 2.0's birthday dress. It was just so beautiful. Her and her son walked in together. I think he's like a few hours before her, so they celebrated together. Um, It's kind of weird, but she's just really loving on her son, and he really appreciates it. There's a balance there, and he's very respectful, and he gave a toast to the love he has for his mom, which is wonderful. They have a wonderful family. Again, it reminds me so much of Iman and David Bowie. Oh wow. I remember her gushing over him, and their kid wasn't in the spotlight like that. I think it may have been one or two pictures way back, like way back. But I remember they were just the love that Iman and David had, that they displayed, similar to what I see and right here on Dubai. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I really, 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 really am shocked that Stansbury was kind of perturbed about it, but at the same time, she didn't get a gift. Why not? And then during the conversation, they're talking, and Lesa and her going back and forth. Not Lesa, Sarah and Nina are talking to her about, moving forward and how are things and what's not. And Sergio and Stansbury kind of get into a tiff about guests coming because, again, Stansbury don't want to get married. And that's what she said. She said, well, I really don't even want to get married. And all, so they're finding out all this, like, well, what are you doing this for? She's doing all this for him, the baby, the marriage, all that. So, and he's a little tipped about it because she mentioned something about his drunk parents or something. She said, oh, he got mad. So, oh, you can tell he didn't get Botox because, oh, he was mad. Child, I wonder what's going to happen next. She offended him for real. He was up to the set, okay? Well, that was Dubai, y'all. That was funny. It was so much like, wow, just to see the dynamics of people's relationships, and just to see other cultures. It's very amusing, not laughing at, but it's entertaining, definitely, just to see abroad. And Iman 2.0 is serving each and every scene, no matter even when she's going to get fitted for the dress, she's looking fabulous, okay? In her bare nakedness of the face and hair. Anyway, that was Dubai season 1. Which episode? 5? Child, I got what, 5 left? How many episodes do these people have? I'm going to check it out and see. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you. And you have a great time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. All right then. Bye.